So I will start from the top for the sake of being able to record this later, or upload this later. Let's see.
Music is so cheery. Why?
Oh, so survival tip: you can turn off the music in Tabletop Simulator. If you
See
go to
that now.
if you click the configuration button from the main menu, and then under sound, music volume.
Yep,
That's
there it
just
is. All
yep.
right, that is so much better.
There you go. You'll take 2 less standard damage when opening the application now.
I appreciate that.
Excellent. All right. So, I guess this works either way. Are you looking at the stream so that, or because I want to make sure I can show you what it looks like to host if you want to host for other people.
We'll get to that later, I think.
Okay. So then I'm gonna narrate for the people watching the stream and for the video for later.
Okay.
But to host, you would click create from the main menu. You'd click multiplayer. You would type in a server name. You would type in a password. You would choose how many players you want to allow. So I'm doing that now.
Okay.
And then you'll provide to whomever you want to join you the credentials. So I'm gonna send you a message that has the server name and password.
Alrighty.
Of course, it's being broadcast on stream, so I'm going to change it at the last second.
You sending that on Discord then, or?
Yes.
There it is.
So you should see that. And now to join, you will go to from the main menu, you'll click the join button. It will come up with the server browser list, and that often takes a while to load. It also depends on how good your connection is, what part of the country you're from, that sort of, or what country you are from. Sorry, not what part of the country, what country you are from, and other such things. But basically, you just type in part of the server name or part of the game that's being played. I haven't loaded a game yet, so you'll want to type in the server name I gave you. And when it loads, you should see it on the list. With me so far?
Yeah, seems to. There we go. And password is that.
Cool. Well, here you'll see a big empty table with nothing going on. This is fine. So as soon as you fire up the server for yourself, if you're hosting, you'll be presented with a menu of all the games that you have access to in Tabletop Simulator. And actually, I'm going to promote you just so you can look at it on your side.
Okay.
At the top of the screen, if you'll click the Games button,
Games?
Yep, you will see classic games, which are built in, DLC, which you can purchase, and then Workshop is anything that you subscribe to. Now, somebody talked to you beforehand and pointed you to a module that is an unofficial module for Tabletop Simulator, which I'm happy to promote because I maintain it. There's also a lot of other Workshop mods that you can look for in Steam and just, try things out that you're interested in. But yeah, so do you see the Balanced Breakfast module there?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Go ahead and click that and confirm when it asks you to load.
We are loading.
Yep. I'm going to let you do it just so you can have the buttons.
Okay.
The reason that you can do this, even though I'm the one who hosted the room, is because I chose to promote you by clicking your name in the top corner. Normally, if somebody joins your room...
Yeah, and I'm already getting promoted.
Yeah, there you go. It's day 1 promotion. Awesome. That bodes well. Normally, if someone joins the room, they can't copy-paste objects, they can't delete things, and they can't change what game is active. So, for our purposes, I wanted you to see what it would look like to load the game on your own end.
I appreciate that.
Yep. But yeah, here we are. I don't know whether or not you clicked a color yet, but if you didn't, you're going to see something that, to the viewers, looks like this, where there are colors on the board. Like big color dots. Do you see those?
Oh, the big bubbles?
Yes, the bubbles. If those are still there,
yes.
yeah, there you go, pick one. And then if that doesn't happen, that means you're probably assigned to a default color. Like right now, I'm color white.
Okay.
So to change your color, you go to your name in the top right corner, click change color, and then click a appropriate bubble. This module assumes that you are red versus blue. The black bubble is only visible to the host, but it allows somebody to be omniscient, where they can see the contents of every player's hand. It's for spectating, basically.
Yeah, I think I've seen a couple of videos on that with the Level 99 official YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the cameraman, quote unquote, can see both players' hands. They do that using the color black. All right, so one quirk of this module in particular is that it's got buttons and timers and options and things, which are entirely unnecessary for casual play. They're built out for competitive play. So to get rid of the text on the side of your screen and the words in the middle of the board, just click a start turn button. There you go.
There we go.
So that's all done and over with. And if you feel like experimenting with timers, you can reset the timers using the big button on your right side of the table, or you can reload the module.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So, getting around Tabletop Simulator. Have you done the tutorial, or do you know how to adjust camera and do things?
I did the tutorial. How much of it stuck with me, we'll see as we play.
No worries. So first things first, at least by default, and I apologize if I get any of this wrong because I have changed my key bindings a little, but I think this should all be in line with normal things. WASD on your keyboard move your camera, so you can
Sure does.
move to your left and you'll see character selections. We got a bag for every season, and then bags that are mixed of various different things and all kinds of stuff. So in this module, there's a section back by you that has a complete set of the characters that were legal for the most recent organized play event that was hosted on Tabletop Simulator.
Okay.
In this case, there are custom characters. Those are obviously not always going to be here. It's just that the most recent event actually allowed custom characters.
Nice.
On my side, there is an identical copy. So if you feel like being competitive, then at the start of load, I can't see into your area. You cannot see into my area. So we would each grab a character, put them in the bag, and take the bag.
Okay.
So I don't care much about being competitive, so I'm gonna push that. Oh, okay. I need to fix the module so that those go away again. Well, that's fine. Whenever anything goes wrong, you can always just reload the module. So I'm gonna do that now. Yay. Alright. In addition to these, there's also in the middle, just kind of this standard lineup of every character in the game. So every character from Season 1, the promos that are not Red Horizon or 7th Cross or Street Fighter, every character from 7th Cross, every character from Street Fighter, a big bag of everyone at all, silly nonsense, and
my favorite.
alternate costumes. There are also playmats. I've gotten some reports that these don't always show up correctly for the non-host players, so if you have trouble with them, don't use them. But in theory, you can click a playmat and it'll just swap out the big playmat in the middle.
Cool.
So, is that showing up correctly on your screen?
That's showing up fine.
Oh, good. Okay, that's good to hear. I'm a little bit nervous about that because that's one of those new features I'm tinkering with. None of which is at all necessary to play Exceed, of course. You can just load the module, grab a character, and start playing. So, speaking of, pull anybody you'd like, and if there's anybody that you'd like to see me play, I will happily play anyone.
Let's see. Click on a bag, and that should open up a menu, or?
Oh, thank you. Right-click the bag. Right-click the bag. Sorry. And
Right-click. There we go.
And then click Search. And it will present you with a list. Now, it looks like the images haven't loaded. Those images will almost never load while the objects are in the bag. That's just part of how Tabletop Simulator works. As far as I can tell, like, they're always going to be, like, gray boxes. Once you take them out of the bag, images will start loading.
Okay.
So you have to go by name to start with.
Very cool.
If you ever want to shuffle a bag, like to play a random character, you can hover over the bag and press R. As someone who plays random, I find this useful. Not many people do that, but a few do. So, for those of us who play random. Oh,
I'm seeing a Season 2 bag and a Season 3 bag. I'm not seeing a Season 1 bag.
That's because that area was from the most recent tournament, which did not allow Season 1, so you'll find them in the ban list.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, the area back here I'm going to update regularly as there are events run via Tabletop Simulator, because that was the reason I made this module in the first place, was to support events being run. So this area gets messed with a lot.
Okay, I'll grab Dallas, apparently. Dallas.
So, you'll notice one thing already, which is decks can sometimes do unexpected things. If you're trying to pick up an entire deck, you'll need to click and hold for a moment. If you're trying to pull one card off the deck, then you click and drag as abruptly as you can.
It's going to take some getting used to.
No worries. I think that's not going to let you put it back in the bag because you are searching the bag. If you want to put it back in the bag, you can instead drag the object into the search window on the right side of your screen, and it will go back in the bag. Or you can just pick it up and drop it. Yeah, there are several idiosyncrasies, and I'm
the learning curve.
and I'm glad to have you here learning it in real time. Ask any questions that you need to, because there's so many things that I've gotten used to that I don't even think about that are not intuitive at all. I know them because I'm used to them.
Oh.
Here's one. You'll notice that he's rotating painstakingly slowly. At the top of your screen, on that row of buttons, the rightmost button is your rotation degrees. If you click that, you can alter that angle. I usually have it at 90 because I don't very often play games that need fewer than 90-degree rotations. I see you already remember the Q and E are the rotate buttons. Alright, so if that's your character, then pull your top card off and put him on the board. By the way, if you're wondering how I'm doing that, it is the tab button to ping a position.
Okay. And then do you tab to delete as well?
No, it stays there for like 2 or 3 seconds.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a hey, heads up, get somebody's attention.
Gotcha.
You can point by holding tab, so like doing this. So if somebody's like, hold on a minute, I hit you, I go, no, your range 3 to 5. This is your range. I'm standing here. This is your range, and they're like, oh, okay, you're right. Or they do that to me, and I'm like, wait, no, but my range is 3 to. Oh.
Doesn't make sense.
Okay. So, is there anyone that you'd like to see me play?
Nobody's coming to mind offhand. I know you've been playing a lot of Guile lately.
Well, let's see. Oh, actually, you know what? I know who would be perfect. Dan.
And the man.
Dan is the best. So, another entirely optional feature. We have, to your left, to my right, these reference cards. You can right-click the reference card and find the menu that says States and pick out a character. If you want to have a brief reference of your opponent's options.
Okay.
So I've changed mine to Reese. And then the other way to make reference, if you don't want like the quick little overview card here, is that you can pick up your character's deck before you've shuffled it. It's kind of clipping there. Yeah. Anyway, so like I haven't shuffled my deck yet. You can tell it's exactly in order. And drop it on one of these things, and it doesn't matter whether it's upside down or upside up. It doesn't matter if the character's on it. It just has to not be shuffled.
Okay.
And then that'll spit these out, which these are references. So hover one of these things. Put your cursor over this. Do you see it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And press 7 on your keyboard. So that tells Tabletop Sim you want to draw 7 cards.
Great.
And now you have a reference, and you can click and drag all those cards and pull them off to the side. So I'm going to do exactly that, where I will click and drag and then pull them off over here.
How do you get them to fan out like that?
The reason yours collapsed is because you have your hand overlay on. I should probably show people what that looks like, because so when you're looking at your hands, I'm guessing you have 2 copies of all your cards in your camera, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Because that way, if you move the camera, you see your hand in front of you, and you also see the cards where they're physically located on the table. If you like that, fine and good. I find it very cumbersome, because it means that cards tend to do very strange things with the physics.
Yeah, I'm noticing that I'm getting some at the bottom of my screen, and some of them are showing up on the table.
Right. So, press H on your keyboard to turn that off, and you will usually have a better time. Now, as for these cards that are on the table, it looks like they're kind of a disorganized pile. Just drag all of them, like click and drag to select them all, and press G on your keyboard to group. And now you can draw. Now you can press 7 to draw them again. All right.
Oh yeah.
So now that you don't have the hand overlay, you should be able to drag them pretty easily over to the side. Yep. For anybody watching this on YouTube later, I assure you, you get the hang of it pretty easily. Plus, you don't even have to play with references. Like, all that stuff I just went through, you can ignore it. You can just pick up your deck, set it on the board, drag your dude. Here we go. Oh, right. F flips the thing upside down. I see you already remember how to do that. And then R to shuffle. R is kind of the randomize button, so whenever you want to randomize the thing in Tabletop Simulator, you hit R. On a related note, I'm going to randomize the coin, so call the coin at will.
Heads.
Heads it is. Well, would you like to go first or second?
I think I'll go second.
Alright, I will go first. Yep. So, I'm drawing 5 cards, you draw 6. Oh, I should have mentioned this before, I'm sorry. To zoom in on a card or object, you want to hold Alt while mousing over it. That'll give you a nice big pop-up that'll make things easier to read. Yep. And then just to zoom in your camera is the scroll wheel, if you have one. If not, I'm not actually sure what the hotkey is.
It's a good thing I've got a scroll wheel.
Okay. Yeah, if not, I would suggest folks just kind of look in their configuration and figure out what the correct buttons are.
Now, you're seeing the back of the cards in my hand right now, right?
Yes. So, like, in my hand, you see 5 face-down cards, but they're actually not face-down. And I see 6 face-down cards in your hand, but they're not really face-down. It's just we're hidden from each other.
And then they become visible as you move them over the mat, is that correct?
Right. So, actually, if you click on a card, you'll notice a faint outline appears around your hands. I'm going to zoom in on my screen so folks can see it.
Okay.
That outline shows you where your hand limit is. So as soon as a card dips out of that, like more than 50% out, it becomes visible.
Okay. Good to know, good to know, good to know.
Yep. Alright, well, I already tipped that one, so I'm going to go ahead and mulligan that. Normally I would have flipped that first and then pulled it out, so that you never get to see what it is. I will draw.
I was trying not to pay attention to it anyways.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm Dan. Why would the cards in my hand matter? I'm not playing any against them.
You're not wrong. I apologize right now if I'm really slow at this because I'm getting used to Tabletop Simulator and I'm just not very good at this game to start with.
No worries, no worries. Like, take your time, take it easy. As long as you enjoy the game, that's what matters.
Fair enough. I think I'm just gonna mulligan one, so. And this just goes right back on top of my deck and reshuffle.
Yep. Alright, so I'm up first. Yeah, alright. I will strike.
Me already. Okay, what do we got here? I will also. Well, I have to strike.
Alright, reveal when ready. Okay, so zooming in, my speed is 6, your speed is 4. So I will go first. I have a before advance 3. There you go.
Right.
Hit for 3 power, so you will take 3 damage, but you are not stunned. To adjust your life, yep, you got it. Just press the little minus button. Or you can click your life and then manually delete and retype it. At your preference.
Cool.
Alright.
Going to advance 2.
Oh, I have an after to place a card on top of my deck. So I will do exactly that.
And up for a wild swing, I see.
Alright, so you advance 2, you hit, you gain advantage, which doesn't actually matter much here, but you know, it's nice, I guess. And I take 4 damage. Alrighty. Into the strike, your attack goes to your gauge. It is entirely up to you if you know, rotate or not or whatever. Everybody does things their own way, so do whatever you want.
I don't know. I'll just leave it as it is for now.
Alright, and your turn.
Okay. Think I will strike in retaliation.
Alright. Well, I guess I have to decide how much I'm afraid of that. I will respond with this. I'm okay with this.
I am not.
Nope. Alright, so you will close 1. You will hit and gain advantage. I will take 1 damage, and then you will take 6 damage. And I will burn a card from your hand. Alright, so for random discards, what people will often do now that now that Tabletop Simulator introduced this functionality, is I will select all the cards in your hand myself, tap R to randomize, and then pull a card out of your hand. What you can also do if you prefer is get your own cards, flip them face down, and press G to group them into a deck. And then you can shuffle that deck and pull a card out of it. So, just going over that. It is your advantage.
Thanks. What the hell was it? Yeah. Strike.
Alright, well, I will critical my wild swing. So I have +1 speed and +1 power. Aha. I am speed 7. I will hit you for 4 power. And afterward, I will retreat 3 spaces, putting me out of range.
Oh.
I shall foil your efforts.
I've been successfully foiled.
Alright, it is my turn. I will now exceed, spinning 2 gauge.
Okay.
So I'll flip my character card. Some of the Tabletop Simulator cards don't have updates that did make it to print. Notably, many Street Fighter characters don't have the critical icon on their flip side. Eventually, we'll probably get updated art, but this is just what we have in Tabletop Sim.
That's fair.
Alright, so now I draw for the end of my turn. I may draw from the top or bottom of my deck. Well, I'm going to choose for the bottom of my deck, just as an excuse to tell people how to do this. Because it's not at all intuitive. I wouldn't have guessed this. It's weird. Makes no sense to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my deck and hold it so that I have the whole deck. And let's see, if I remember right, I'm going to Alt, right-click. Yep. And that'll drop the bottom card of my deck, which I can then put in my hand. Obviously, I'm going over this specifically because I want more people to play Dan, so I want to make playing Dan as easy as possible. I may then discard a card, and I think I...
Want to create more Dan boys?
Yes, we need more Dans. I will not discard a card, so turn passes to you.
I think now I'm going to take a prepare action.
Okay.
So that's essentially just draw 2 cards at this point,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, if you're playing somebody who interacts in a different way, like Selinka or Sejun, then you would want to draw 1, decide what you're doing, and then draw another 1.
Okay.
As a special note, if you're like worried whether or not you hit the button, give it a sec, because what you don't want to have happen is you go, for the sake of example. All right, I draw 2. Oh, I missed. I guess I'll draw 2. Oh. Now I have 22 cards.
Right.
So, there is a slight delay because Tabletop Simulator doesn't know if you're typing 1 or 2 digits, so it's going to have a delay. If you don't like the delay, you can just press the number and then move your cursor off the deck. So 2 and then move, and it'll go, oh, okay, you're done typing.
Okay.
Alright, that part, I don't know
Yeah,
if
I noticed there's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, the way to get rid of the delay is to move your cursor off of it after you're done typing. Alright, so you prepared. Makes it my turn. Well, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I will strike.
Trust this.
No fear, no regrets. I'm blocking actually. Alright, awesome! The mutual block. Pro strats.
Yeah.
Your turn.
As I am Reese, and I benefit most from going Exceed from what I've read. Probably my best bet.
I think it's probably accurate. Yeah, Reese's Exceed mode is very good.
I'll put that over here, and we're going to flip this.
Draw for the end of your turn.
Yes. 1.
Alright. Well, now I will strike. Again.
Okay.
Fearlessly. With great justice.
Great justice. Either way I go with that. It's probably really stupid, but...
Aha! I was not bluffing. I win the speed tie. Oh, you flipped my card.
My bad.
No worries. Alright, so I'm speed 4, you're speed 4. I'm gonna hit, and then I may return the top of my deck. I choose not to. I will deal 4 damage.
Right.
Can't beat Dan. Dan's invincible. Alright, you have no defenses, so you're stunned. Your turn?
I will strike.
Alright. Since this is the first turn after a strike, you have +2 power.
Didn't realize it worked that way.
Yep. Like, it is, was there a strike last turn? If there was, you have +2 power. So,
Me.
I definitely should play the card in my hand, but I don't want to. So, Wild Swing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, so you're gonna advance 2, and then hit me for 6. And gain advantage. So, your turn.
Strike.
I will critical Wild Swing. Hoping for Koryukin. Hey, it's Koryukin. Neat.
I like this.
On hit, I will discard the top card of my deck, which has 6 power, so I have a total of 7 power.
Ouch.
That's a good Dan. Alright. I stunned you, so my turn. I will now boost. If I have no cards in hand plus 4 power, I will draw from the bottom of my deck. And then I may discard a card. I'm discarding a card. So I have no cards in my hand, so I have plus 4 power. Your turn.
Ouch.
No fear, no regrets.
Don't like that at all. Seems like a good time to have options, so I am going to prepare.
Alright, I will critical Wild Swing.
See, you keep doing things like that. I'm not sure I like it.
So I have plus 5 power and plus 1 speed.
A good move? That's probably not a good move. Hold on a second.
Fear the Dan.
Based on of everything I know from Street Fighter, I really shouldn't, and yet at the same time, I'm terrified.
Wahahaha. It's all part of Dan's long con. He's been setting up for years to be inconspicuous. Alright, you ready?
Yep.
I'm speed 8, power lots, and range 1. So I miss. You will hit me for 3.
I think I just exploded.
No. My attack is range 1 exactly.
Okay.
So, I miss.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you hit me for 3 and you retreat.
1, 2, and 3.
Yep. Worth it. Alright, your turn.
Oh, jeez. I went and set myself up so far away.
I mean, you know, you were afraid of Dan. I can't blame you.
Was. Hopefully because I just don't look at reference cards. I learn better by seeing how things do, you know?
Mm-hmm. Perfectly reasonable.
This is like my 7th game that I've played of this, so...
Alright.
I want to do that. I think I want to do that. So... to discard this for 2 force.
Mm-hmm. Since it's an ultra. Oh, change your cards?
Yeah.
Alright, you will also draw for in a turn. There you go. Well, there's only one card in my deck that I could possibly use that hits here, since I played the other copy earlier. It is Dan Kukyaku. So, 1 out of 19. Yeah, I mean, Wild Swing.
Wild Swing.
Yep, that's the spirit. It's Jisabaraiken. I could choose to invalidate this, because it's an ultra attack, and then if it's a wild ultra, you can invalidate it. I'm going to keep it, though. I kind of like this.
Okay.
So you're faster. You will close 1. And then you miss. And then I will close 2. And then I will miss. And that's all.
Okay, cool.
Your turn.
Going to EX Strike.
Oh, spicy. Alright, well. What do I believe that to be? That is the question. It's not Assault, it's not Cross, it's not Gauntlet Flurry. What is that? It's not Chivalry. It's not 9. What? Oh. Is that Sovereign Glory?
Oh no, is it?
Oh, that's Sovereign Glory. So that's speed 6.
By the reeds, die by the reeds.
Oh my gosh. Well, I do what I must. I critical Wild Swing, and I hope for a cross. Hey, it's Koryukin. Hey, that's not Sovereign Glory at all.
What is it?
Wow. Alright, well, I'm gonna discard the top of my deck. There's the cross. So I have 4 power, and you have 3 armor, because you had an EX attack. So you'll take 1. You have 7 power, because you initiated on the turn after a strike. So yeah, I take 7.
I get to draw a card.
Yep. Alright. Alright, well I see how it is. But I'm not gonna flinch. Critical Wild Swing. This probably loses me the game, but that's okay. I'm Dan. I will go down swinging.
Here you go.
Hopefully I didn't give you that power earlier on a turn where I initiated. I was pretty sure you initiated, but maybe I got mixed up. Oh well.
Guess I don't know.
Nah, it's fine. I don't worry too much about details.
You initiated, and then I did the EX strike.
No, you definitely had it the last strike. I mean the very first time you got the +2 power, I couldn't remember. But it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't sweat the small stuff.
I'll defend with this.
Alright, let's see how we do. Hey, it's Spike.
Oh, that.
I'm speed 4, power 6 because I criticaled. And even if not, I would win the speed tie.
Oh,
So, good game.
good game.